We gotta keep that same energy. We gotta keep that same energy. And look, let's talk about what's going on, what Canelo Alvarez spoke on, and what's actually happened. And we're only going to speak about the facts. A lot of guys get into speculation, talking out of their ass, but we're only going to speak about the facts. And the facts are from Canelo Alvarez's own announcement today that he's stating that he's going to return to the ring May 4th in Las Vegas. He said his opponent will be finalized in the next week or two. So he didn't come out and directly say who he's fighting. He said his opponent will be an American fighter. There's three potential American fighters Canelo could face next. That's Jamal Charlo. That's Bud Crawford. And that's David Benavidez. A lot of people act like Benavidez is not an American. He is an American. He was born in Phoenix, Arizona. So you have David Benavidez, Bud Crawford, and Jamal Charlo as Canelo's three potential opponents, and his next fight will be finalized in the next week or two. He also signed on to an extension for TV Azteca to show his fights for free in Mexico. The networks want him to put pay-per-view on all his fights in Mexico. He refused, and he plans to fight for the next 5 years and not retire. So Canelo Alvarez is here to stay. He states he's chasing greatness, and he also wants to win more world titles. So this is all good news from Canelo Alvarez as of right now. We don't know exactly who he's going to fight. The Ring has been reporting that Canelo Alvarez is likely to fight Jamal Charlo next. I don't know if that's true or not. I just know that it's not going to be Jaime Munguia because Jaime Munguia is the only Mexican in the group that was considered, and he is not next. So we know that. We know that. We know that. A lot of people don't understand that. So Canelo Alvarez is giving us everything we want. The guy wants to keep fighting. He wants to keep going. And we all know that Canelo Alvarez has shown us time and time again he's willing to fight the best. I don't know who he's going to fight. I can't say. It's not finalized yet. A lot of haters were saying Canelo's going to retire. Canelo's going to retire. A lot of people were saying that. Canelo Alvarez has never said any time recently that he wanted to retire at all. He's always been talking about fighting on and fighting on and fighting on. I mean, let's just be honest. I'm going to give you my thoughts on all three potential fights. All three potential fights. The first fight with Jamal Charlo, I don't have a problem with Canelo Alvarez fighting Jamal Charlo if that fight happens. Is it my favorite fight? No, it's not. But I don't have a problem with it. There's two reasons why I don't have a problem with it. It's because everybody in a ugly ass, stinking, funky ass mama was talking about Canelo Alvarez was ducking Jamal Charlo for years. For the last, I want to say 6, 7, 8 years, they've been saying Canelo's ducking Jamal Charlo. Canelo's ducking Jamal Charlo. Canelo's ducking black fighters. He's ducking Jamal Charlo. He's ducking black fighters. He's afraid. He's a coward. He's a duck. He's a this. He's a that. I've heard that for too long. So if he's fighting Jamal, I understand because they said he was ducking black fighters. They said he was ducking Jamal Charlo. And Canelo Alvarez signed a contract to fight Jamal Charlo last year, and then Jamal Charlo pulled out because he was not in shape. A lot of people don't understand these facts. That's why I'm laying them out. Jamal Charlo pulled out of the fight with Canelo Alvarez last year at the last minute because he was not in shape. Canelo Alvarez allowed him to take a tune-up. They have a signed contract. So if they fight next, it makes sense because they have a signed contract. That was a fight Canelo Alvarez was supposed to fight last. And not only that, this is a fight that everybody said Canelo was ducking for years. They said he was running from black fighters. And now everybody's afraid that Canelo Alvarez is about to whoop this man's ass. That's what they're afraid of. Jesus Garcia says, so who is Canelo fighting? It's not been announced yet. Canelo Alvarez said the opponent will be finalized in the next 2 weeks. So either next week or the week after it'll be finalized. 370Z Milton says Canelo ducking Benavidez. This is a typical fanboy comment, and this is what I mean by it. How is Canelo ducking Benavidez when Benavidez stated in his own mouth, out of his own mouth, that he's okay with waiting till September? Maybe Canelo fights Benavidez next. He is an American. Maybe he ends up fighting him in September. We don't know. As long as Canelo fights David Benavidez this year, it can't be a duck. So until the year is over, anybody saying Canelo's ducking is a dumbass. You, sir, are a dumbass because you have nothing factual to prove he's ducking. Benavidez said he's not ducking. Benavidez said it. Benavidez said it. So anybody else saying that is a moron. We just gonna speak the facts here. We just gonna speak the facts. Okay, so that's the analysis on Charlo. Then we get to Bud Crawford. I don't think that fight makes sense. But if Canelo fights Bud Crawford, it's going to be a fight he will never get credit for. No matter what he does, they're going to say, oh, he doesn't get credit for. He's moving too far up. Another one is if Canelo Alvarez fights David Benavidez, then all of these people saying he's ducking are going to turn around and start saying how they feel like, you know, David Benavidez is this or that. It's always going to be an excuse. It's always going to be an excuse. You're never going to hear the end of it. That's it. Salute to my brother King Savage Kool-Aid in the building. Salute to my brother. My brother says, IBFP, will Canelo last 2 fights still be on Showtime? Because I received an email. Showtime is moving all its services to Paramount. That is true. Showtime is moving its services to Paramount. To my understanding, Canelo Alvarez's last 2 fights on the deal will not be on Showtime. Showtime will not host any more boxing matches, period, going forward, and that includes on Paramount. Canelo Alvarez will be fighting on Amazon, and that will be his next fight. It will not be on Showtime boxing, period. That's what it is. I appreciate that's a good question. You know, a lot of people are misunderstood about that. Showtime is out of business. They will not be hosting Canelo Alvarez fights anymore. They will not be hosting any of this. Salute to my brother Dwayne Styles. Happy birthday, my brother. If I don't speak to you, I want to say happy birthday right away. My brother says, I wish the Charlo fight happens. If it happens to take place in AT&T Stadium, that'll be great. But Canelo states he's fighting in Vegas next. So that's what he's saying. He said his next opponent's going to be finalized. Is going to be fighting in Vegas next. All right. Hellish Airsoft says Charlo is next with mental illness. Canelo is just fighting Charlo now because he's easy fight. And the only one Canelo needs to fight is Benavidez in September. If not, it's a duck. So let me break down this statement. One, I don't know if you noticed, because I see you out here rodeo riding David Benavidez, so I'm finna just body bag you and make you look stupid. So this is it. David Benavidez said he would love to fight Jamal Charlo next. David Benavidez said that. So if Benavidez was fighting Charlo next, you wouldn't dare say he got a mental illness. But when it's Canelo, you got a problem. Jamal Charlo just had a tune-up. He just had, what mental illness does he have? He just had a tune-up. And even with his last fight with Canelo, when he pulled out, he said it's because he couldn't make the weight. That's it. He was too overweight. We got to stick to the facts. And Canelo Alvarez did not just now try to fight Jamal Charlo. Canelo Alvarez offered Jamal Charlo a fight in 2019, and Jamal Charlo turned it down and ducked the fight. Canelo offered this man a fight years ago while they were both at 160, but nobody got anything to say about that. Nobody. Keep the same energy. Keep the same. That's all I'm saying. Just keep the same energy, because we speaking on these facts now. We speaking on these facts. We speaking on these facts. This dude said, Anthony Jones said he's fought once in 3 years. Stop it. Most of the PBC fighters don't fight a lot. Most of them fight once a year. If we're being honest, what are you talking about? He still just fought this year. He's still in his prime, and he's still undefeated. Great opponent. And Canelo tried to fight him in 2019. He turned the fight down when he was more active. That's not on Canelo. That's on Jamal Charlo. As a boxer, you gotta stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You got one job, to stay ready. That's what we talking about. These guys want to look for any excuse to hold Jamal Charlo's nuts. I guess these guys don't understand. Jamal Charlo turned the fight down in 2019. Jamal Charlo said out of his own mouth, he ducked Canelo. He turned down the fight. Come on. See, this is what I love. These guys get on here and start holding nuts, and they don't know whose nuts to hold. They don't know whose nuts to hold. Come on. Oh, my goodness. These guys don't know what they're talking about. These guys don't know what they're talking. You guys want the link? Let me drop the link for you guys. I think you guys want to talk. Let's get on here and let's speak on this. So look, let me get this link out so we can speak on this a little bit. We can discuss this in boxing, because I know a lot of people got a lot of things to say, and a landlord keeps the same energy. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Hold on. My brother Mega Fan says, IBFP, what are your thoughts on the first PBC Amazon Prime card? Personally, I think it's a joke. Tim Tszyu will smash up Thurman into retirement, and Raleigh Romero is a laughing stock. You know what's funny about the card? What's funny about the card is that people come on here and they say, hold on. Rapstar, I'm glad you're on here, man. I'm glad you're on here. Rapstar, please, if you would like to have a discussion, let's talk boxing. Let's talk boxing. You can call me a Canelo nut hugger to my face. You can get on here and we can just talk boxing. No need for all that. You can click the link. I'm about to drop it. It's all good. If you say I'm a fanboy, I'm a nut hugger, you can say it to my face. How about that? How about that? Don't let your coochie hang. Don't let your coochie hang when I drop the link. Don't do that, because that's what happened. These guys like to talk tough. They like to talk tough. And then they get on here and they become nice and friendly. Or they start getting body bagged with facts and they start crying and trying to go off and cursing, and they don't want to talk boxing no more. So if I'm a nut hugger, tell me how I'm a nut hugger. Explain to me how I'm a nut hugger. You can do it. Come on, Rapstar. You can do it. I'm finna drop the link right now for you. Finna drop the link. Bam. The link's been dropped for you. It's been dropped for you. It's been dropped for you. Come on. Click the link. Rapstar, you said you wanted it. You said I'm a nut hugger. If I'm a Canelo Alvarez nut hugger, and all I do is nut hug, and this is a community that all he does is hold Canelo's nuts. Click the link and talk to me, Rapstar. Just talk. I'm not even gonna be disrespectful. I just want you to explain to me how I'm a nut hugger. Please explain that to me. Please explain that to me. That's all I want to know. It ain't got to be no disrespect. I'm not gonna disrespect you. I just want you to explain to me how I'm a Canelo Alvarez nut hugger. That's it. That's it. That's it. I mean, come on. Now, Rapstar, you were real quick. This is what I don't like. This is what I don't like. You were real quick to get your hands ready and type it up real fast. And you're a nut hugger. You're this. You're that. You were real quick to type that up. But now I dropped the link and I can't find your puss ass. Where you at, Rapstar? Where you at? I'm a Canelo nut hugger, but you won't click the link. Click the link. These are the type of guys like Rapstar Boxing Knowledge that every time I go live, he get on his knees and make his ass clap because he's scared of the landlord. Bro, you scared already? The show just started and you scared. You's a straight coochie. You's a straight coochie. You get on here and show nothing but vagina. Come on, Rapstar. Because you know I'll wrap your ass up. And you know that's what would happen. The Son of New Jersey, go ahead and hop on. Because I don't see this coochie nowhere. Son of New Jersey, go ahead and click the link. Hop on, Son of New Jersey. It's all good. The guy just ducked me. He just ducked me. This is what happened. This is what happened. See, I just try to show you, hey, these guys want to challenge me, call me a nut hugger, fine. Get on here, tell me how I'm a nut hugger. Get on here and tell me how I'm this, how I'm that. Oh, so Rapstar's an Andrade fan. That's why he don't want to get on here. Come on. Rapstar, come on. No hate, just come on. Come on. Come on, Rapstar, come on. We can get this work in. Come on, Rapstar, let's get this work in. You said I'm a nut hugger. Explain to me how I'm a nut hugger, please. And the Son of New Jersey, you're welcome back. Go ahead, Son of New Jersey, I want you back. Come on. Come on. Let's do it. These guys out there quacking like a duck, acting like coochies, talk all this. You're a nut hugger. You're this. So also rap star is a big fan of Dookie Andrade. So he's mad that we publicly criticize Demetrius Andre. Is that it? Is that it? Come on now. Rap star Culo. Rap star Culo. Come on, rap star, click the link, Coochie. That's the problem with these guys. They scared. They scared. These guys are cowards. These guys are cowards, man. These guys are cowards. I mean, you talk all this trash. Look, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Drop the link again. Drop the link again. Drop the link again. Drop the link again. That's it. That's it. Again. Anyway, I'm going to keep going with the live because I ain't got time for this guy all day. I ain't got time. Mike Rodriguez, talk to me.
Yo, Nuke, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's good?
Oh, nothing much. Hey, I just wanted to get your thoughts on something. So, look, man, let's say Canelo fights Charlo, and let's say he fights Crawford, Jamal Charlo and Terrence Crawford this year. And let's say he turns around in May the next year and fights David Benavidez. I mean, can we really say that's a duck? You know, because I wouldn't say that's a duck if he does that.
And you know what, you're right. And the only reason I put the stipulation on the duck is because David Benavidez agreed to move his mandatory back to September. So if they have an agreement where David Benavidez said, oh, I'm cool to fight next May, and you can fight, you know, Bud Crawford and Charlo because they all with the PBC, that ain't a duck because they all agree that that's how they're going to work it out. I have no problem with that. I mean, me personally, I think that because David Benavidez says, oh, we don't have to fight in May. So anybody saying that if you don't fight him right now, it's a duck, they don't make sense. So then when Benavidez said it could be September, if he moves it back another time as far as next May, then I'm fine with that too. It can't be a duck. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, because Canelo, like I know he's gonna fight Benavidez eventually. He's gonna end up fighting him sooner or later. Because he always fights. They always say, I mean, they did the same shit with Triple G, you know? Like they always say he's not gonna fight this guy. He always ends up fighting him. And now he's gonna probably fight Jamal Charlo next. That's who I think he's gonna fight next. And then you got people making excuses, you know, saying that, oh, well, he tried to age them out when they're the same age and all this dumb shit, just making excuses because they don't want to give Canelo his credit, you know?
Well, I mean, think about it. Canelo went undisputed at 168, and they said he was ducking Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andre. Then Andrade and Charlo say they want to fight Canelo. Andrade gets slept. Charlo right here signed the contract. Then they call it a cherry pick. He can't be ducking everybody. These guys got to make up their own mind. These narratives, it's all based on hate. That's really what it is, because there's no logical reason to hate on a man who beat 3 world champions in less than a year. But Crawford didn't do that. Errol Spence didn't do that. Benavidez didn't do that. Then none of these guys do that. But you're mad at the one guy who did? It don't make sense to me.
Yeah, exactly. And like you were saying earlier, like for years, people's like, oh, Canelo's scared of Jamal Charlo. He'll never fight him. And then now if he ends up fighting him, people are trashing the fight. And you know, and the thing about Crawford too, let me say this, Nuke. The reason why I don't mind that fight is because a lot of people are actually saying that Crawford beats Canelo, and people actually want to see that fight. So if Canelo ends up fighting Crawford, then people are going to trash that fight. But yeah, there's a lot of people that are saying that he needs to fight Crawford.
And you know what I find funny about that is that so right before the Jamel Charlo fight, when Canelo said, "Okay, I'll take him on, it don't matter." Everybody all over boxing Twitter and TikTok and all this other crap, we're talking about, oh, Canelo feet too slow. Charlo gonna do him in. And I posted it on my YouTube shorts where a guy was on there, and I saved his comments where he was talking about, oh, he's gonna school Canelo, he's gonna embarrass him, and then immediately after the fight, he called it a cherry pick. Trust me, Canelo sleeps Crawford, they're gonna call it a cherry pick. Before the fight, they're going to be believers. After the fight, they're going to say it was a cherry pick and he shouldn't have fought him, and he's going to get no credit. All of that, to me, I just see their games. All they do is keep playing games on, oh, they keep moving the bar for Canelo, but not nobody else. Canelo got to fight Benavidez, but Crawford don't got to fight Boots. It's always something else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was just going to say that too. Yeah, why don't keep that same energy with Crawford? He ain't got to fight Boots. And and another guy, Tank. I mean, who the hell is he gonna fight? You know, I don't hear nobody ever criticize his little ass.
And then Tank is the biggest vagina in boxing history. I mean, this man's almost 30 years old. Anybody looks like a killer fighting my grandma. This guy out here knocking at Leo Santa Cruz, a guy with no defense and no power, and people talking about Tank like he's the best fighter in the world, like just crazy shit. I can't even understand it. Tank has ducked everybody from Lomachenko to Tevin Farmer, and you're talking about all these people talking about Tank's a killer, and nobody puts no pressure on him to fight anybody. He don't have to fight Devin. He don't have to fight Shakur. He don't have to fight nobody. He can do whatever the hell he want to do because, you know, he's the A side. He's the face of boxing, but he can't sell more than 250,000 by himself. That don't make no sense to me.
Yeah, I seen the other day, Stephen A. Smith, he was talking wild about Canelo, talking about Canelo's a disgrace to boxing. He's scared of Benavidez. But then when it comes to Tank, he ain't got that same energy. He's like, oh, well, Tank, he's a top 3 pound for pound fighter. I'm like, dude, Tank ain't fought Haney. He ain't fought Loma. He ain't fought nobody. But you want to hate on Canelo because he hasn't fought Benavidez yet. But then you don't criticize Tank at all. I don't understand that shit, bro.
I'm gonna tell you this. Look, just look, me just looking at it on the outside, looks like he's racially biased against Latinos compared to black fighters. That's what it looked like. But even if I put that aside, I look at Stephen A. Smith, and this guy is probably one of the biggest casuals in the sport of boxing. You got Tank Davis, top 3 pound for pound. No legitimate boxing site has that. Secondly, this guy was talking about fights with Vasil Lomachenko and all these other guys up in higher weights. He don't realize that Vasil Lomachenko is a little guy fighting at 35. Stephen A. Smith don't know anything about boxing. He's truly confused. He was saying Benavidez has been Canelo's mandatory for years. I'm like, when? That fight has never been mandated, and Canelo fought Benavidez mandatory in Avani Yeardrum. A lot of people don't know that. So if you're not really into boxing, stop speaking on it. Stephen A., his boxing knowledge goes as far back as his hairline.
Yeah, and on top of that, too, he didn't give Canelo any credit for going up to fight Bivol, because he was like, Canelo's been cherry picking, and he was like, even Bivol, he was like, Bivol, he has no power. He's not even all that. He was like, Better Beer is the killer of that division. But you're gonna say Bivol is not a good fighter, basically, is what he was saying, because he ain't got power. But this guy sucks off Mayweather. Mayweather didn't have power.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, this guy gets on his knees and claps his ass for Floyd Mayweather, but then you want to talk about Bivol's power. Where the hell was Floyd? And Bivol is a bigger champion at a higher weight class than Canelo. Shouldn't he get credit for moving up to be great? I don't see it. I haven't seen Floyd take those risks. I've seen Floyd fight guys with every advantage on his side. I mean, when was the last time we seen Floyd Mayweather fight a guy with a longer reach than him? See, a lot of people don't know that. See, he was supposed to fight Idris Landy Lara. Never wanted to fight him because he could match him with speed and reach. He didn't want to fight because stylistically it didn't make sense. The same reason Haney is not fighting Shakur. Shakur says, oh, I can fight at 140, but not for Devin Haney. These guys don't want to fight each other. They're trying to only fight other guys. I see the play, and I already know what they're doing.
Yeah. Before I let you go, speak on that a little bit. What do you think about that whole, like you think Haney, Tank, and Shakur, you think they're all like ducking each other in a way?
I don't think I think Tank is ducking everybody. I won't just put it like that. Tank won't fight nobody. Shakur and Haney and Keyshawn Davis, those 3 guys will never fight each other because they all feel like they have similar styles and they want to fight all the Latino or white fighters. I'm telling you, they're all friends. They've all talked behind the scenes, and that's what they do. They don't want to fight each other. They believe they have similar styles, and they believe they're their own biggest competition. They won't risk losing their O to each other. They simply won't. I mean, when was the last time you saw Floyd Mayweather fought a slick fighter? I've never seen it. A slick fighter, and consider with his similar style, I've never seen it. And why is it up to Canelo to fight Lara when Floyd should have fought him?
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I don't like fighters like that, bro. They just, all they care about is that. Oh, that's all they care about is being undefeated. They don't ever want to fight each other.
That's what I'm saying. They got to let their nut hang, man. That's what disgusts me about these guys nowadays. I'm liking what Benavidez is doing. And look, Canelo's going to announce his opponent in the next 2 weeks. I mean, it could be Charlo, or he could surprise us with somebody else. And if Canelo's like, hey, I'm fighting Charlo and Bud and then Benavidez, I'm cool with that. As long as Benavidez signs off, because I'm sure he will. It's all good. It don't matter. Canelo's earned the right to pick and choose. But if he won't lose any belts if Benavidez signs off, if that makes any sense.
Right. One more thing before I let you go, Nuke. Who you got on that better be a Bivol fight? How do you think that fight's gonna go down?
Oh man, that's a that's a true 50-50 fight. If you press me for it, a pick, I'm gonna lean towards better BF just slightly. The only reason why is because ain't nobody went 12 rounds with him. And so and I don't think Bivol has the power to get rid of him. So I think Bivol has the ability to outbox him and hit him with the step back and make it tricky and speed. But I've seen better BF beat a guy like Vostik, who's very skilled and highly talented Ukrainian fighter. So I feel like, I don't know. Better BF seems to always find a way. I mean, it's the same Better BF that, I think he hurt Usyk in the amateurs. So when you look at all of these things, I think Better BF is just a different kind of monster. But if Bivol beats him, kudos to him. Congrats to him. I think Canelo Alvarez would sneakily try to fight one of those guys, no matter who wins. I think that he would be open to that fight. He already said he wants to win more titles, and he already said he needs to fix his conditioning if he moves back up to 175.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Hey man, you got the best boxing channel on YouTube, man. Salute, Nuke.
Thank you so much, my brother. Keep jumping on. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anthony says rap star is Googling his boxing knowledge. IBFP. My brother Edwin Castillo says, whoever he fights, I'll continue to support Canelo. Canelo's chasing greatness. My brother Cosmic says, how Canelo be ducking if Leonard Smellerby said, don't buy rumors until Canelo announces it publicly. That's exactly it. A lot of people are calling him a duck, and he hasn't even come out and stated who he's going to fight next. Period. He has not even said that yet, and he's a duck. I'm going to just be honest with you. A lot of people already got their minds made up on who Canelo's fighting. They already got their minds made up. No matter who Canelo fights, they're going to make some excuse because they're not going to be happy with it. I mean, that's really what it is. That's really what it is. That's what it is. Oh, man. Hold on. We got some more people backstage. See who we got. Avi, what's good?
You can hear me?
Yeah. What's good with you?
Yeah. Hey, you ain't gonna like what I'm gonna say, but
Speak on. It's okay. It's okay.
Hey,
We
I'm
don't
just
have to
being
agree.
truthful. I'm just being truthful. I used to follow you. on YouTube, and I still do. But I don't really get down with you because some things that you hate on David Benavidez, and it's a lot of
Okay,
people.
let's
There's a
stop
lot.
there for one
Can
second.
I
Hold on.
let me
No, I'm
start?
gonna give you a platform. I want you to be clear because salute to Ignacio. I salute to you, my brother. Now you said I hate on David Benavidez. Please be clear and tell me, how do I hate on David Benavidez? Go.
Listen, I haven't been listening to you lately, but I know there's a lot of Canelo fans on Twitter, especially, man. They be blocking me, and I'm a Canelo fan. I'm a Mexican American who supports all Mexican fighters, and I buy every fight of Canelo's. But I'm also got to be truthful. Like Canelo, David has a chance against Canelo, and I hate how everybody hates on and steps on David just to exalt Canelo and to make Canelo look like he ain't like he'll destroy David when he might, he might, but to hate on another Mexican fighter because you're just like all up on Canelo. Like I love them both, but like I gotta give them both a fair chance. They both Canelo can catch David in the first 6 rounds, but if he don't catch him in the first 6 round, David can just win the fight like Bivol did. And also, I saw your YouTube video. I also saw your YouTube video when you said Canelo was gonna be Bivol, and I was going on YouTube channels, other boxing channels. I was saying, "Yo, I don't. He's not gonna beat these guys. It's not because I don't think Canelo's better. Canelo's definitely better than Bivol, but this is why I knew he couldn't beat him because." I knew he was just too small against Bivol and Betterview. And you know why I know that? And this is how I know you guys have never been in a fight before. All of you guys who talk about boxing and thought that Canelo was gonna be Bivol because you've never been in a fight before. You probably fought a girl or your grandma or whatever, but you've never been in a fight before. I fought smaller guys. I fought guys my size, and I fought in the streets. And I fought my older brother who outweighed me by like 100 pounds. And he's the only one that ever put me down in when I got jumped. And I'm like, yo, it's different when you go up in weight. When you fight somebody bigger than you it's not about technique. It's not about the way you move or your feet or any of that stuff. It's not about it's the big guy. All he needs is one shot. If you saw that Bivol fight, Canelo didn't even counter. All he did was cover up. Every time, yeah.
Hold on, no, I'm gonna let you speak, Javi. I just want to counter you real quick. So before we get on to Bivol, Canelo, the only thing I want to say is this: Bivol and David Benavidez have two completely different styles. So saying the way Canelo would fight Benavidez is a similar way that he would fight Bivol's completely.
No. I don't care about that. I don't care who the winner is from David and Canelo. I'm cheering for David because I want him to pass the baton Caesar passed it to Oscar. I don't have a problem with that. I actually want Canelo to duck Benavidez until he's like 37 years old and he's ready to retire. Because that fight is gonna do like 1 million to 2 million pay-per-views regardless, because people want to see Canelo get hurt. They've never seen Canelo get hurt or knocked out. And they believe that David can do it. They believe that David can do it.
1 second. I'm gonna let you speak. I just got one more question and then I'm gonna let you speak again. Just tell me, how do I hate on David Benavidez? Because I'm mostly talking in general. Maybe it wasn't you. I haven't been watching your channel, but you know what? I've seen you hate on David. I just don't remember. Okay. But everybody else on here that's listening, you can continue to hate, but like, yo, give the guy who else is gonna carry the Mexican flag after Canelo? Like, it's gonna be David. I want David to move up to 175 and beat up on Bivol, and he can do it. He can beat up on Bivol. Bivol is like a robot. All he did versus Canelo is move, punch forward, right? You press a button on him, and he punches, and then guess what? When Canelo's turn, he covers up. That's all he did. And Canelo was just he's too small. His arms are too short. Okay, Javi, 1 second. So I just want to say, I don't hate on David Benavidez. Anything I say about Benavidez is I speak from my own opinion or I speak the facts that are laid out. So I'll give you an example. When I broke down the Canelo Benavidez fight, when has David Benavidez been in the ring with a big puncher?
David, he's been in there in sparring against Bivol, but
I know, but it's a sparring. First of all, sparring is not a match.
Yeah, but you can kind of
considered a big puncher. So hold on. So the only thing I'll say is, so we've never seen David Benavidez in the ring with a big puncher, right? But we've seen Canelo in the ring with a big puncher, right? Is that just a yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. So we've seen Canelo go 12 with the big puncher. We've never seen David do it. Have we ever seen David Benavidez dropped by a journeyman?
David Benavidez dropped by a journeyman.
But
that doesn't matter to me.
Yes.
Like,
yes,
he wasn't hurt though.
Hold on.
Listen, I'm not fighting Canelo versus Benavidez though. I'm not arguing that. I don't care who wins.
I just want to make a few things clear.
I just want to stop the hate against David.
Hold on. You say I'm hating, but I don't hate on David. I just
want to stop the hate against David. That's all. Like,
I know. I'm just saying, I support.
Who else is going to carry the flag? Like, that's all I'm saying. People don't think about that.
I got a lot of love for David. I just don't like misconceptions. And what people think is that David's going to go in there, like you said. David can go in there and just stop the guy with one shot at any point. But he didn't stop Caleb Plant with one shot. And so that's what I'm saying. But he's supposed to go in there and stop Canelo with the best chin in boxing with one shot.
He's not going to stop Canelo. Sense. He's not. I didn't say he's going to stop. I never said that. I'm just saying he's going to do what Bivol did to him, which is because
he doesn't.
Especially the longer he waits, if he beats him. I'm saying if David does beat him, I'm not saying he's going to beat him.
I know. I just want to say it. You can't compare him to Bivol for a couple of reasons. One, the fight's at 168.
He's better than Bivol. He's better than Bivol.
I know. Just let me finish. The fight's at 168, not 175. Canelo Alvarez, every fight at 168, he not only won, but he dominated. Completely different weight class. 168 is Canelo's best weight. Number two, Bivol and David Benavidez does not have the same skill set. Benavidez does not have Bivol's footwork or defense or shot selection.
Listen to me.
You can't compare the two.
Even Canelo, I believe Canelo can hurt Bivol. I believe Canelo can hurt Bivol.
I think Canelo could hurt him, but you remember immediately after
he's too small. His arms are too small. And, I know, but what happens is that when
is irrelevant at this point because that fight's not happening anytime.
Yeah, but I just told you why you guys. I know you guys are virgins when it comes to fighting. I knew. Yes,
I knew it was going to be a lot tougher. How are we virgins?
Because you've never been in a fight before. That's how I know.
Hold on, Javi. How are we virgins when it comes to fighting? And you're comparing.
You said he's going to beat up on Bivol.
Let me finish, Javi. Hold on. You're comparing Benavidez with Bivol's skill set, but I'm a virgin. No, you a virgin.
No,
you ain't
David beats Bivol. I'm not comparing
anybody stupid enough to say Benavidez and Bivol have the same skills, the same footwork, the same defense, the same shot selection is a dumbass, Javi. You can't be this stupid. You can't be. You ain't touched no cheeks. You ain't touched no cheeks. The last time you seen Coochie was when Coochie seen you. What are we talking about, Javi? I got love for you, Javi, but you talking like a dumbass.
That guard, that turtle shell, whatever you want to call it, that boy goes into hiding. But guess what? David is gonna pierce through that guard and uppercut him and get him to the body, and he's gonna drop those arms. I got David over Bivol all day. That boy, if you get him on his back foot, he doesn't know how to swing. He's too like a robot. He's too
So
he's
can
like
David
Triple
be,
G almost. Triple
who
G
you have,
couldn't counter.
David or Benavidez?
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
I know. Quick question. David or Benavidez?
Oh my God.
JCC Senior passing the baton to Oscar.
I'm asking. Hold on, real quick. David Benavidez or Archer Beterbiev?
Listen,
right
his time is gonna come up. Canelo's time is gonna come up.
I'm not asking
and
about
people
Canelo.
gotta live with it. I'm trying to protect Canelo. I love Canelo. I'm gonna protect him until the end. But he's gonna have to pass the baton at some point.
Okay, that's fine.
And I don't care what you guys think.
That's fine. That's fair. Let David have the baton. I'm just asking. What do you think about David versus Beterbiev right now? Who wins that fight?
David versus Benavidez?
No, David versus Beterbiev.
Betterview. Man, I'm not gonna lie. That's a tough one. If this guy is, let David get on steroids too, because that dude is on steroids at 39, 40 years old. Let them both get on steroids. Hey, yo, the boy is 39 and hitting you on the back of the head. And David is pretty tough. David don't fight like a regular boxer. Hey, David don't fight like a regular boxer.
Javi, are you taking Benavidez over Bivol? Let me ask you that first off.
Yeah.
You are crazy.
You know what? Canelo hurt his arms. Canelo hurt his arms.
You are crazy if you were taking Benavidez over Bivol.
You know what? Canelo hurt his arms, hurt Bivol's arms. And I think that he was very relieved that the fight ended, where he was telling Canelo, you hurt me, but it wasn't enough. But it wasn't enough. Canelo knocks out Bivol if he was at his weight class, a natural like 168 or 162 pounder. Canelo knocks him out. Bivol did not beat him because he's better fighter. He's just too big.
Hold on, wait a minute. So if David easily beats Bivol, if he's having a hard time finding an opponent, why don't he just go up there and snatch that belt real quick? Why did he wait before he got into this fight? Because Bivol was having a hard time getting a fight last year, as I recall. Yep. So why didn't David just go ahead and take the fight? He could have fought
because David he wants to get that big payday. I agree with that.
He can still fight for the
I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that, but I would like for David to move up to 175, but I understand the business part. He wants that big payday, and he believes he can beat Canelo.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question, Avi. You don't think a fight with Canelo is even bigger for David Benavidez if he goes up there and beats Bivol, the guy who beat Canelo?
Oh, absolutely. But you know what? I think Canelo can beat Betterview. I think Canelo can beat Betterview. That's the thing. I think Canelo can go up there and fight the winner of Bivol and Betterview. He just needs to stop that drinking and that partying. He fought Bivol. He was before he fought Bivol. No excuses. But he was.
I'm sorry. I have to come in. One, I think you're crazy for saying Benavidez beats Bivol. I'm sorry. Canelo, let me be clear. This was
I don't care who wins. Put it like that. I just want Canelo to go up there.
You've blabbed enough. Let me speak. Let me say this. Canelo is an elite defensive fighter. He is a much better defensive fighter than Benavidez. Benavidez was taking hits off Caleb Plant for at least 6 to 8 rounds. And by the way, Caleb Plant a good boxer. Yes, Canelo stopped him. Here's the deal. Benavidez went to a decision with Plant, okay? Bivol is 10 times the boxer than Caleb Plant. I think everyone would agree with that in the chat.
Yes.
I think everyone would agree with that.
Yes.
Bivol, he's too stiff. He's too stiff.
Oh, come on.
He's a robot. He's a robot. David is gonna piece him up. He's a robot.
Is David a robot?
But you know what? Hey,
David is there to get countered all day long.
Canelo don't stop Andrade. I'm sorry, but he do not stop Andrade.
Oh my God!
He does not stop Andrade. He goes 12 with him. That's the reality, and that's no knock on Canelo. That's just the best style for Canelo.
Canelo doesn't stop when Andrade the Benavidez.
He does not. I'm sorry. He just
Are
doesn't.
you smoking dick?
Hey, yo, relax. Relax.
Oh my
Hey, I know you guys are virgins for thinking Canelo should just go up there and beat up on the 1%
You're talking out your ass.
You never been in a fight like that before. You don't know what it is to fight bigger guys, smaller guys, guys your size.
Backgrounds. Good fucking God.
Hey, I gave you guys a lot of fun, and I gave you guys a lot to think about, and I don't care what you guys think. I'm out.
All right, thanks for joining us, Bobby.
Bye-bye.
Oh my God.
Let the people with boxing sense take the floor. Fucking hell.
Let me get to some comments real quick. We're gonna let somebody else on. Edwin Castillo says that's the minstrel monster's daddy, Benavidez Sr. That did sound like David's dad, didn't it? Joel Badu says, Nuke, 2 weeks ago you made a video saying if Canelo fights Jermell and Bud instead of Benavidez, it's a duck. What's changed since? Nothing's changed. Because we don't know who he's fighting next, and we don't know who he's fighting in September. So how can we determine what's what? Canelo's not ducking anybody until the year ends when he doesn't fight Benavidez. That's really it. That's it. Literally nothing has changed. And I think the disappointment with everything is, Hit Kid, my brother, salute.
Yep.
And the disappointment with everything is this guy's talking about, and he says, I'm hating on David Benavidez, but couldn't name anything.
Oh, where do we even start?
Hold on. I'm hating on Benavidez, but you can't name what I'm hating on. Then you say he has the same skill set as Bivol. Who? But I'm a virgin. You're a virgin. If there's no boxing analyst in this world that believes Benavidez and Bivol's skill set are remotely close. They're both good at what they do, but they do very different things. That doesn't make any sense. And his footwork is nowhere near Bivol's, please.
I mean, just look at the styles, if I'm allowed to say it. Benavidez, pressure fighter, likes to throw punches in bunches and all that. Does get caught a lot. Look at the Caleb Plant fight. Bivol, defensive expert, picks his shot, picks his combinations. Yes, Bivol's, had a few journeyman fights recently. I mean, hell, let's say it like this. Bivol did a beatdown on the bigger version of Benavidez in Suado Ramirez.
I'll tell you what, Bivol, if he came down to 168, I think he beats everybody at the weight with the exception of Canelo, to me personally. I think Canelo could possibly beat him there, but I don't think that makes sense for Canelo to fight him there. The whole point of fighting Bivol was for a belt.
I think Bivol's weight drained at 168 because he naturally walks around 200, I believe. So that's why I don't think he goes down.
But I would love to see the fight, maybe after Undisputed, possibly.
Yeah, Bivol kills Benavidez. I'm sorry, it's a 12-0 decision, if not a late round stoppage. That was hideous.
Pat's Nation says, who let Oscar De La Hoya on the panel? He sounds hot as well.
Oh my God.
Angel E says, this guy sounds like he's going to cry laughing my ass off. He did, man. The guy was really emotional. Edwin Castillo said, Canelo knocked out Plant, yet Benavidez has been a duckhead, has more power. That's what I didn't understand. How did Benavidez have more power than Canelo when he couldn't even finish the job? Oh my goodness. Kyle Porter salute. He says, drop the link, please. We'll be respectful. I already dropped it. I'll drop it again for you, Kyle. No worries, my brother. Bernice says he's a troll. He really definitely does sound like a troll because I don't even understand how you believe these guys' skill set, power, all of that. I just, and then he said he couldn't stop Boo Boo. Canelo can't stop Demetrius Andre. In what world are you living in where Canelo could not stop this guy? Like, I sometimes I wonder what these guys are
that
even
brought me.
Like, does he even watch boxing?
That brought me when he said he couldn't stop Andrade. That broke me. I was like, listen, I've been ill this week. I'll fully admit it. I'm a bit choked up with a fever, okay?
Oh,
but my God.
Oh,
Canelo kills Andrade. Let's not even talk about this.
Oh, you're not the only one that hasn't been feeling well this week because that guy obviously. I mean, my God, this guy is really stupid.
Sick.
What's good? What's good, my brother? Salute.
Hey, what's up, Nuke? What's up, Hit Kid?
What's up?
What's up, my brother? Talk to us.
Man. Nah, man, like it sounded like El Jefe's nephew came on the fucking live or something, bro. This for real motherfucker's talking about Demetrius Andre's like he wouldn't he would beat Canelo, or he wouldn't be able to stop Demetrius Andrade. That motherfucker smoking some serious nutmeg flavored crack, man, for real. I don't. This motherfucker right here doesn't know how to compare fighters. He's just basically sucking off David Benavidez, man, 100%. That's all I hear out of that shit. I mean, come on, bro. That's man. He could be better Beef and Bevo. Oh man, I don't even want to know what the fuck he's smoking, man, for real.
I mean, it's really disappointing. Salute to Optimus Prime, the son of New Jersey. Just dropped the link, son of New Jersey. Go ahead and click the link too. Look, man, I just think that a lot of people were hoping that Canelo was going to retire, hoping that Canelo would say something just so they could hate on it. I really don't understand all the hate for Canelo. I really don't get it. I don't get how are you mad at an undisputed champion. I don't understand.
Hey, do y'all agree that if because I did see this comment and I had to debate it on Twitter, but some idiot says that if he does not fight Benavidez, if he retires and does not fight Benavidez, this will tarnish his fucking whole legacy, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Go ahead.
Look, let's be honest. Canelo's done enough in his career where he don't have to do nothing else. If he didn't want to, if he retired today, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yep.
Banner of the Sun.
What's cracking, IBFP? It's been a minute, man. Hey,
What's good, my brother?
A little under the weather and shit. Lost my voice, but yeah, that one dude for real, man, was fucking presenting no facts about you hating on Benavidez, man. Dude was just throwing haymaker after haymaker, and man, like they said, man, that dude was fucking about to cry, man. Real shit.
Oh man, this guy, somebody needs to drug test him, man.
Hey, but another thing about Rapstar, man. Rapstar, that fool. Let me tell you something about that guy, man. For a fact, I know that dude fucking be riding on fucking punch drunk nuts like a motherfucker, man. That dude talking about Andre this and that, Andre that and this, and this dude is just agreeing with everything. I've even heard them dudes fucking on a fucking show, on his own show, arguing like fucking they're fucking man and man. You know what I mean? Like they're in a relationship.
So you basically saying, punch drunk and rap stars swinging from each other's nuts all show.
Yeah,
that would surprise me.
Time, man. You know,
fucking idiots.
I remember I jumped on one of his shows one time. He was actually interviewing Nonito Donaire. And the reason I jumped on because I'm a Nonito Donaire fan too. So I was like, oh shit, fucking got a chance to chop it up with fucking Nonito, and then Punch Drunk got in there and they started arguing, man. Like this shit was crazy, man. I wish you could hear it, but I know you don't be jumping on other people's podcasts, but that fool won't debate you at all, man, because you'll body bag him with the quickness.
Oh man, he came on here just to troll and then jumped off with his scary ass. You know how it goes. What's good with you, Kyle Porter?
Yep.
How you guys doing? What's up, Nuke? It's been a minute since you've been live. Anything good?
Good, my brother, good.
Yo, homeboy hopped on giving his opinions and wasn't even making sense. You know, for somebody with boxing experience or fighting, he was saying that Bivol is too stiff. Like, this dude's the most fluent guy at 175.
Thank you.
Boom.
Can't make this shit up.
What do you think about his analysis about a particular Bivol versus Benavidez fight and why Benavidez wins?
I think stylistically, Benavidez with his range and his come forward style would pose more problems for Bivol than Canelo did stylistically, but it's certainly not a for sure win. I see it as like a 50-50 fight because Benavidez at 175 isn't as weight trained. He'd probably have a little bit more power, and he relentlessly comes forward. So I think it's a tough fight for Bivol, but for him to act like it's a walk in the park was mind-blowing. You know what I mean?
I respectfully disagree with you, Kyle.
Yep.
Where are you at with it?
I think it's a much easier fight than Canelo at 175. It's Benavidez. He's too open for shots.
I agree.
Benavidez's defense is not good. I want to make this abundantly clear. He takes shots. He took shots in the Andrade fight. He takes shots he took a ton of shots in the Caleb Plant fight. And that was a pure boxing Plant, okay? Bivol is 10 times the boxer than Plant. And one thing which doesn't get talked about enough with Bivol, deadly counter punches. One of the deadliest counter punches in boxing. He will pierce Benavidez up. He piece him up.
I can see him getting that up, but I think it's a war. It's more of a war of attrition, and I don't know. I mean, can Bivol do it for 12 rounds? I love Bivol. Yeah. I'm a big in. But I think that Benavidez at 175 only is going to have more power, more stamina.
No, that's fair.
He probably would be able to take punches a little bit better even. But I get what you're saying. I can't dispute what you're saying. It's just I think that Benavidez is a harder matchup for Bivol than Canelo, who, it doesn't have the same range as far as reach, height, and punch output. Canelo picks his spots to counter, and it's really like one punch at a time, and that's not going to work against a Bivol. But it might work. I think Canelo would be effective against Benavidez, especially at 168, because Benavidez is probably having a hard time making that weight at his size. So, I think people are hyped for Benavidez. He deserves a chance, but I think Canelo gets him up out of there. If he gets him out of there in the first 6, he got it. But if not, then you start to wonder about endurance and the constant pressure that Benavidez is going to be putting on him. That's my take.
Yeah, I think Canelo's working on that conditioning right now, man. He said he likes to stay up in Tahoe. It's elevated up there. I've been there myself. The air is a lot thinner. I did notice that that air up there fucking when taking up a hike. But Canelo's working on that conditioning, man. And I think it kind of did show when he did fight Charlo, even though Charlo was doing all that running around. Canelo was cutting off the ring very well. But man, as far as Benavidez though, he needs to move up though too, man. So like what IBFP brought up in another show was about when he failed to make weight, right? Twice. They sanctioned him to go up to 175 as a number 1 contender for Benavidez, and that shit didn't happen because Pops fucking negated that right away. Yeah, and that's something that all these Benavidez fans, don't want to take into account either.
I agree. I think though the money, it's tough to take on that Benavidez challenge for the pay that he'd get compared to a fight with Canelo. So I kind of consider that as
absolutely.
Well. You know what I mean?
I think the only thing for me is, sometimes guys look at it becomes a business with money when it comes to everybody else. But when it comes to Canelo, it's not about the money. Just make the fight. I remember Caleb Plant was like, I need 10 million if you want this last belt. But he never made anything near that. But then if it was when he was talking about Benavidez about a possible unification, he was amped for it. And Benavidez like, oh no, I got these other fights before I can get the plan. And it's like he didn't prioritize the unification when he had his belt. So the energy is allowed to change with everybody else. But with Canelo, he has to fight a guy right then and right there and fuck everything. He got to give him the biggest payday of their career. For me, it just, you can be businessman with everybody else, but with Canelo, you got to skip to the front of the line and he got to fight everybody right then and right there. My thing on the Bivol Benavidez fight, I do think that Benavidez presents a different challenge for Bivol because his size, and like you said, he's probably going to feel much more hydrated at a higher weight class. The only thing that is the footwork again, and I see a lot of the same similarities as a Sordo Ramirez fight, is because Benavidez does not have great footwork. People overrate his abilities because they've seen him. I mean, I've seen this guy get tagged up by almost everybody, and I understand he's a pressure fighter, and he's going to get countered a lot. And I'm going to tell you this, I don't think Bivol's the biggest puncher, but I think he could possibly hurt Benavidez in that fight. I understand he comes in as massive, but at 175, he's not as massive as he is at 168, if that makes any sense to you. He's still going to be a big guy regardless. I don't know if he's chinny or not because I've never seen him with a big puncher. I got to see you with a puncher first to see what you really have. Andrade's not a puncher. Plant's not a puncher. And those were the best 2 names on his resume. Show me how he does with the puncher, and then I can really evaluate that more. I don't think Canelo necessarily has to beat him in his first 6 rounds. He could beat him into submission, similar to how he did Callum Smith. Basically, take the fight out of him, back him up, take the fight out of him, because Canelo Alvarez's motor at 168 is not the same at 175. He gassed out really bad at 175, 168. We haven't seen that. He slows down, but most fighters do when you're facing a very good fighter.
I agree with that take. I just think Callum Smith is more like fighting off his back foot when he was facing Canelo, where I don't see Benavidez even compromising his style. They're just going to be clashing and fighting for, that whoever's going to really impose their will, in my opinion. But that's
the fight we've seen from Benavidez. So that's what I expect too.
Yeah. And the thing is, Bivol's a small 175 pounder. height-wise, I think he's 6 foot. He's really no bigger than Andre at 168 or even Caleb Plant. So, you know, he's not a huge he's not big in stature, and I don't think he has to work as hard to make 175 as somebody like Benavidez or some of the other fighters at 175.
I agree, and I would say he's probably 10 times more skilled than an Andrade or a or a Plant, and you know, unlike Andrade and Plant, where those guys tanks were a little iffy too at times. I would say I've never seen Bivol with a gas tank issue. I've never seen that from him.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Bivol. You know, I knew that was a tough fight when all the, you know, the fanboys of certain cultures, when they were speaking of that fight like it's a cherry pick for Canelo, I knew that was one of his toughest tests because Bivol was no walk in the park. And I respect Canelo for taking on that challenge.
What's funny is Bivol's toughest ever fight, and this is truthful, you can mention the Canelo fight. His toughest test in the ring, who actually gave him the most problems, was the fight he had here in the UK against Spider Craig Richards. Bivol won it comfortably on decision. He won it like, I think it was like 7-4, 8-3.
Yeah.
But it was still a tough fight, if I'm allowed to say. But like he got up for the Canelo fight. That was the fight where I felt like he didn't get up for it, if you get where I'm coming from.
Yeah, you're gonna leave it all in the training camp for a fight of that magnitude.
Yeah,
so, Canelo's getting the best version of everyone. That's
Vic. What's good with you, man? Talk to me, Vic. What do you think about all this? What do you think about all the comments about Benavidez and the other guy that was on? What are you thinking right now, Vic?
The guy was funny when he said a virgin. I mean, that was funny. And he was taking a street fight versus a professional boxer, which had nothing to do with another, you know.
I couldn't understand anything Vic was saying.
turning into a robot.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. Metro PC, I'm not sure, man. I don't know. This is Boost Mode. I don't know, man.
Cricket promotions, man. Cricket promotions.
Anybody got
Wait, it's not tax promotion.
Anybody got a take on what Crawford's attempting to do? I don't see him winning the fight against Canelo, not even close. But
no, he gets
that's a cash out, man. That's a cash out.
Oh shit! What's up, noob?
What's good?
What's up, man? Hey, all I gotta say is I got your videos on notification on YouTube. You funny as heck. You speak the truth, unlike all these other biased channels.
Facts.
I fuck with you, man. I fuck with you, dude.
Thank you, my brother. What's your thoughts on all this stuff? The Benavidez, the Canelo, the next opponent, everything. And what do you think about Crawford versus Canelo too? And we're gonna go around the panel and get everybody Crawford versus Canelo picked.
I think Crawford, he doesn't deserve it. I mean, he deserves it, but he doesn't. He's inactive. His only dub is against, Gamboa, no chin Gamboa. Jose Benavidez. Spence, a damaged good Spence. I see people putting him in his pedestal, and it's usually old heads that talk about it whenever I have that discussion with them. Benavidez, I think he whoops Benavidez. I've already got a couple people that I want to bet money with that they're down. When Canelo leaves the sport, people are going to regret hating on him.
Yeah.
I agree for that.
Yeah, I think Crawford has done enough in his career to try to pursue a money fight, and it's really just like him attempting to go for undisputed at a third weight class. But reality is he can't beat top 5 fighters at 168. Whether it's Benavidez, Plant, Andrade, he just is trying to go for the main guy because they're a little closer in stature, and he's trying to cash out. You know, leave his career with a nice payday. But you know what I mean? Like I'll say he may have earned it, but not at 168. But when you just say like super, I don't know. I got mixed feelings rather. You know what I mean? Like I think Crawford pursued belts. He pursued undisputed. I respect that because you got people like Tank that don't even care about belts. You know, I could go on all day.
Let me go into Tank. Because I hate that fucker. By the way, rumor has it, he what is it now? Him and Conor Ben negotiating a fight.
Wait a minute. Is Crawford fighting Spence next, or is that done, or what? What do you guys?
No,
I
that's
think they canceled it.
That's done.
I think it's done. Yeah.
Okay.
Is Crawford fighting Spence again?
Nah,
Does anyone really want to? Does anyone
I
really
don't
want to see that?
No.
I mean,
Crawford
there's no
killed
I
reason
don't
to
think
No,
we even
thanks.
need to see that, to be honest with you. I don't even know how you sell that again.
No, Canelo. Listen. Crawford's earned the money fight. I'm actually not going to deny that. After win respect, he's earned the money fight, but he should be doing it at 160. He should be doing it at 168.
He needs a tune-up. He needs a tune-up.
I'm sorry, at 168, he's getting knocked out by a lot of them. And
Okay.
Canelo kills him within 6.
All right. What about this? What about, let's say, Bud, if Canelo fights somebody else instead of Crawford next, who should Crawford fight next if he's not fighting Spence?
Boots.
He's gonna move up. I think he should fight either Jamel Charlo or the winner of Thurman Zoo.
Yeah,
I think either one of those would be great fights.
Jamel, the bad blood's there. The
I
hate's
think
there.
Jamel would sell like crazy. I would love to see that person.
You can make a huge pay-per-view out of it. Jamel's the pay-per-view fight. There's so much bad blood there.
Jamel just screwed up things so much to the point where Crawford couldn't get the recognition of going in undisputed again at that weight class if he won. He screwed it up. All the titles got scattered, and that's the only thing I hate about that is that Crawford could have been looking to achieve something more in that fight, and it kind of got screwed up a little bit.
yeah.
He's no fault of his own.
Yeah. If I'm Crawford, I'm not fighting Boots. That's just too difficult of a task. And at this point in his career, he could just leave the weight division. And any younger fighter, I would criticize him, but I think he kind of, earned the right to try to pursue some money.
Can I say
It's a high risk. It's a high risk and a low pay, man. I mean, on the Crawford and Canelo, man, just like you said, homeboy, I kind of do got mixed feelings about it because I would love to see it. I would think it's a real big. It'll be a mega fight because you're talking about the best at 147 and the best at 168, but that 21-pound difference is what I don't like. So what I'm thinking is that if Canelo got so much criticism and bashing because they call him a weight bully for a 154 guy, now you got these same idiots talking about 147. Oh yeah, he's ducking Crawford. I'm like, well, which one is it, bro? You know what I mean? You can't be cool with it and then not be cool with it. You're trying to have it both ways like hermaphrodites. It shit don't go like that. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to see it. But the thing is, bro, I don't think Bud will be able to take all that punishment for 36 fucking minutes, dog. Canelo's got a history. Canelo has a history of breaking noses, breaking orbital bones, breaking fucking biceps, leaving arms full of red. A guy from 147 who's never fought at 168 is gonna go 36 minutes with a guy like that with a devastating puncher. And I can say Canelo is an elite counter puncher and with devastating power. Is he gonna be able to stand that for 36 minutes? If you got dropped by Velasquez, which I believe that was a drop, and you got rocked by Gamboa, you know what I'm saying? Even though this was a while back ago. And also you got to think that he's 36 years old. Canelo's 33. He's almost out the door, so he is looking for I think he is looking for a cash out. He ain't gonna fight Boots. Too much of a risk and way low of a reward.
I will say Crawford's definitely more skilled than Jamel Charlo. I will say
Definitely.
that.
I pick Crawford over Charlo. The Boots fight, I get why some people are saying, Crawford's stuck in Boots, but I'm sorry, I disagree with that because I think Crawford's earned the right not to fight him. It's a low pay. It's a no real payday. It's too high a risk. His reputation will be ruined if he lost the fight. He's undisputed. He went through the weight division. Yes, not the best record. We'll fully admit, but he won the big fight when it mattered. The real hazing fight against Spence. He's earned the right to move up. He should have been going for undisputed, but fucking Charles fuck everything up. That's the blunt about both of them. I hate the fucking Charles. I'm gonna be brutally honest. But it's just like, I'm sorry. It's like Boots. I get it, but like, you don't have the right to say Crawford's ducking you.
Who's got that speaker in the background, bro?
It's fucking you up? Let me shut this off. My bad.
Yeah. Oh no.
Let me ask you guys this. They said that Bud Crawford and his trainer both said that Tim Tszyu will lose to Keith Thurman. Who do you got in the Keith Thurman, Tim Tszyu? Bud Crawford and his trainer said they both said that Keith Thurman's going to win that fight. The skill set, the footwork, stylistically, it plays in Thurman's favor to them. I just don't know how Thurman survives that fight. I mean, all the inactivity. I mean, he's fragile. I don't know. I don't know how he wins. If he does, maybe they're seeing something I'm not seeing. What do you guys think? I mean, take it. Whoever wants to take it.
Tim Tszyu knocks him out within 6 rounds.
He's going to break his body.
Well, man, before I even answer that, why is this fight even happening? How long has Thurman been out? Thurman's been out, and he's never fought at this weight class, correct? Or
I
has
won't say 2 years.
I think
Bro,
Thurman, they're giving him a little paycheck before he sails off.
The reason why this fight is happening is because Jamel Charlo's in so much shit again legally. I may mention the fucking Charlos, as usual. And fucking Crawford is trying to pull for the Canelo fight.
I mean, and this is a PBC. And this is PBC, right?
Who are flat ass broke.
I would think that PBC would try to start the first fight with the beginning the deal with Amazon with the fucking bigger fight, dog. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get even why even entertain this fight. I got Zub in the fight because Thurman's been out. He ain't never fought up his weight class. I mean, yeah, you got a mean ass style, but like you said, bro, when you're a pure boxer, I think your kryptonite is a pressure fighter. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not even. I wouldn't consider Zoo a pressure fighter, or is he a boxer puncher? What would y'all consider him?
I'd say a pressure fighter.
Pressure fighter.
Right. So he's a pressure fighter. Okay. Yeah. So I got Zoo in that fight, man. I don't even know what's happening. Go ahead.
Yeah,
bro, my bad.
I don't get why the PB and also the fucking co-main event of that show, Pitbull Cruz versus Rowley. Yeah. I'm sorry. That is a fight which just I'm not interested in. I've got to be honest. And let's be honest, that's whoever wins that fight is probably Tank Davis's next cherry pick.
Yep.
You know, to give Tank a legitimate belt at 140. Which, by the way, let's all admit it, that was who they originally wanted to probably headline the original PPC card was Tank.
Yep.
But he ain't fighting anyone at the moment, and I keep on bashing this fucking argument, but I don't give a fuck. For people saying he's the so-called face of boxing, you delusional cunts. Why are you not calling him out? Who the fuck are you fighting? Like,
it's ridiculous.
Like he's negotiating with Conor Benn right now, if I'm allowed to say it. That's been. I think everyone saw that popped off. Obviously, I know about Ben's issues. I think he's guilty. Yes, but does he have? It's a mess. Can I be clear? Because I have issues with not only Ben, but with the fucking UK board. If you get where I'm coming from, over it. Yeah. So I have issues with both sides. So I would like that to be cleared up. But I'm like, if Tank fights Ben, why are you taking that fight? Because I can see you losing that fight.
There's some type of hidden agenda there. Because I don't think he really wants that fight.
I know. He's a bluff in the PBC for something. I agree with you.
Think about this. Ellerby's over there saying, "Oh, Tank's a 135 pounder. F all that going to 140." Everybody wants to see Haney Tank. Here in the States. And Ellerby and all the fanboys are saying Tank's a 135-pound fighter. Then he goes and calls out Conor Benn.
He's a 147 fighter, by the way.
Exactly. Who actually has pop. Well, I'm a little concerned with Ben, seeing his last two fights.
Last guy ran. Dobson ran all 12 rounds. Dobson ran all 12 rounds.
Man, would y'all say that it's safe to say that Tank likes to bring up fighters, out of their original weight up to his weight?
Yep.
You can say that. You can say that. He's done that a few times.
Legit, Tank needs to listen. I'm not happy with Haney because let's be honest, Haney Ryan Garcia. It's a money grab fight. Haney's going to kill him. Haney's going to kill him. It's going to be a beatdown. It's going to be a pure fucking beatdown. But you're not going to hear Tank call out Tio. You're not going. Like he said, "Oh, I watched Tio." Let me be clear. I thought Tio got a robbery this past week. I thought he lost that fight.
Yeah, he's struggling.
Man, they both laid an egg, bro.
Yeah, but it's like you call all these guys out. You call all these motherfuckers out, Tank, but you're not fighting them. You are the ultimate fucking clout chaser in the sport.
Tank Davis is
promises about. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I was just saying, Tank Davis is actually really, I'm impressed with his skill set, but he fights no one, and he never wants to test himself. That's one thing about Tio. He at least takes on a challenge. He does lay some eggs against, people who really move on their back foot and box well. But at least Tio does take challenges and tough fighters. But
go ahead, Nick.
The only thing I would say is the thing about T.O. is the only thing he's consistent at is being inconsistent. And now everybody's kind of writing him off and saying that he's not as good. And I've seen it a lot. And I was disappointed in his last performance, but I was also disappointed in Ortiz as well, because what the hell was that? And so when I look at everything, I'm like, T.O.'s the type of guy to come back in his next fight and have a great performance and gets a very good fighter. If he gets a reasonably good fighter, I don't know who it could be. I'm just saying I wouldn't write him off yet because he's the kind of guy that gets motivated and will surprise you with something else.
Won't be Matias. Won't be Matias now. Matias just signed a deal with Matchroom.
No.
That's not happening. T.O. hates Matchroom. I mean, he still blames them for the conspiracy theory of his, saying, "Oh, they screwed me against Kambosos.
Yeah, they did.
Fuck off! You lost that fight. Get over it."
Yeah,
I mean, that's why he wishes. That's why he wishes Eddie Hearn and all them could go bust. We've heard it in T.O. interviews. He fucking, has this conspiracy theory where he thought, "Oh, Matchroom robbed me." Yet, excuse me, Sandor Martin and this fight against Jermaine Ortiz. Two very suspicious scorecards in both of those fights.
Anybody that moves stylistically is not good for T.O. He needs to either get somebody else in there besides his father who can educate him on how to cut the ring off and jab effectively, or else he's going to look just like that against Haney. If Shakur moves up, he's going to look like that. It seems
Keyshawn,
like he does
any of those guys.
Say that again?
Any of those guys, Keyshawn, even a guy like Boots, he's so big, but he also has footwork and pop. If he goes to 147 fight him, I don't see a way for T.O. to win in that fight.
Nah, not at all.
May I don't want to be blunt, but may I say that I agreed with T.O. though on Keyshawn? What he said post-fight about Keyshawn. That Keyshawn needs to earn it, if you get where I'm coming from. Like, yes, Keyshawn's been building up, but I agreed with him because he's looking to jump weight class to fight T.O. I'm like, and I get that's chasing greatness, but I'm like, maybe you should earn a belt at your current weight class first. Like, I mean, fight on that.
You seen Shakur Stevenson said, "Oh, I'm willing. 140 is not a problem." Then take your ass up there and fight Haney. That was the fight that we were all trying to get anyway at 35. But now, if y'all couldn't make it at 35, go fight it at 40. I don't understand what's all this hesitation to fight each other. I don't like that. Like, if you friends, go hold hands or something in the park. But don't do this shit.
Like I said it to you. Put friendship aside between Shakur and Keyshawn. Fight each other.
Just fight each other. Like, I mean, we want to see everybody get it on, not just you versus this or this team versus that team. I want everybody to get the smoke in. I want to see everybody fight each other. I want to see Canelo versus Morrell, but I want to see Morrell versus Benavidez. I want to see everybody fight. I
want to see Morrell and Billy, man. I want to see him Billy and Morrell.
Oh man, that would be a great fight.
Morrell's
I'd even see him Billy and Benavidez.
That'd be a great fight too. Action packed. I'd pay for that.
Morrell's becoming the forgotten man in the 168 division, which is
Morrell skills wise, he could probably be the guy that could surpass everybody one day if he develops the right way. And if he is what I believe he is with the power, and if his chin is great and all of that, and he keeps developing, he could be something truly, truly special. We just got to see how he continues to develop.
Yeah, I agree.
I wish boxing gets back to a point where that Mayweather phases out. Don't be shy to lose. It's all about style.
That's why fucking Tank's like he is, because he follows Mayweather's nutsack.
G said they acting like Charlo got mental health problems. Bro, got baby mama drama, pulled out the Canelo fight, and brother got kidnapped by the cartel, but he was about to fight a couple years back. That's true. So Canelo brothers get kidnapped by the cartel, and he still fights. Charlo gets slapped by Plant, and he got mental problems. Come on.
Hey, Nuke, let me tell you something about the Charlos. I used to go to the old gym on Kirkwood and Beach Nut. Those motherfuckers are huge, bro. I seen them a good 3-4 times because my cousin used to box there. And I've talked to them personally one-on-one, and these dudes look like they walk around 190, maybe even 200 when they're off camp. These dudes are huge, man.
Yeah.
These dudes are huge weight bullies. Huge weight bullies.
They try to talk about Canelo. Oh, he fought the little Charlo. That's a cherry pick. I mean, come on. This guy's literally bigger than him. And I remember Clarissa Shields says Canelo's a giant compared to him. And I'm like, what is she smoking?
And this always got shade for Canelo.
And this was 9 years ago. 8 years ago.
I fucking hate her. I hope she gets
want Canelo to get a double dip of that chocolate. That's all. We already know what this is, man. I already know. She wants Canelo to put a little ginger in that chocolate. We already know what's going on, man. She wants some cheek bust. She want a little ginger in that chocolate. That's all she want, man. We know. Frankie said, what's good? What's cracking? Canelo gonna fight the last Charlo sister. Hopefully he can get David on his last fight. my thing is, I just would love to see the Canelo David fight. I hope that fight happens. I think that'd be great. If Canelo and David come to an agreement and they fight in September or May, I'm fine with it, as long as they can make that agreement.
I thought they were.
Yeah, I agree. Nuke, for the longest, I got the vibe you're very pro Canelo, but I gotta tip my hat when you kept the same energy and said if this Benavidez fight don't happen, you gotta call him a duck. So I truly respect that, because that's an issue I have with a lot of channels. You could just clearly see their agenda, but when you did that kind of like, I just want to say I recognize that and appreciate it, and that's why I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. I'll tell you, a lot of people don't remember. I remember when the Canelo Triple G stuff was happening, and I think that's when my channel was first starting, and I was basically picking Triple G to win and all of this other stuff, and I was back and forth, and people, I guess they forget, if you haven't been with me that long, that like everything's then not just like all Canelo this, Canelo that. I got a lot of Canelo has earned my respect through all these years fighting all these guys, and I'm like, man, how can somebody be supporting Andrade when this guy never fought a champion and Canelo taking all the risks? Why would we diss Canelo for that guy? To me, that's what's been bothering me. It's like, we got to be fair and even. Now, if Canelo doesn't want to give this guy in, and Canelo's talking about fighting for another 5 years, you got to fight this guy. There's no reason why that fight shouldn't happen. And then I'm sorry with Bud Crawford, I have to disagree with you guys as well. I don't think Crawford's earned the right to walk away from nobody. And this is what I mean. Is Crawford's an excellent fighter. He's a Hall of Famer. He went undisputed twice. He's a 3-weight world champion. He's all those great things, but the problem is his resume is too thin. You beat a guy like Boots, that could age like fine wine. You need another significant name on your resume, because at 140, there's really no significant name. And then at 147, you beat Spence, but that's really your only name. And then some people are going to put an asterisk by it because of the car crash. You really kind of need some more names there sitting there. And I think that the Boots fight is a winnable fight for him, but you still need how hard is that fight really going to be for you? I know the money, this and that. I'm sure somebody's going to put the money up. Look at the Saudis. They're putting up money for every fight that anybody wants to see. Bivol Beterbiev, that's not a huge financial fight, but they're putting up the money for it. I'm sure if you bring that fight to, it's just, will the PBC let that happen? Will they be okay with Bud going over there if he's connected to them? I don't know. Or is Bud a free agent and he can do whatever the hell he wants to do? And they said Boots is not signed to the PBC. That could happen. I don't know if Thurman and Bud is a bigger fight than Boots and Bud. I don't know that. So I don't know. I think Tim Tszyu should be a bigger fight.
Yeah,
but
I hear you. I just,
he got to do more for me.
That's a tough fight. Boots, he got that. He passes the eye test, and
he does.
I don't know if there's enough reward to seeing him. You know what I mean? Like, if you're looking to get some more accolades, move up, fight the winner of Thurman, Tszyu, and then hopefully call out Jamel Charlo for that action.
Jamel gotta want to take it.
Man, I say Bud Crawford should also go ahead and finally give Virgil Ortiz a shot at 154. He was moving up to 154 after going undisputed, and Virgil Ortiz is now at 154.
You think Oscar De La Hoya wants to make that fight where there's
Oh yeah,
probably not. Maybe not.
154, dickhead.
He's trying to get Virgil that belt, and you don't want to get derailed by Bud if he, is able to be victorious.
Money fight, though, at 154. It's a huge money fight at 154.
Let me switch it up. What are your thoughts on Usyk Fury?
Oh, let me go on this.
I'm going to have a different opinion than most people. I think if Fury is 100% Fury, healthy, on point on his game, I think he beats Usyk, in my opinion. I know that's going to be, and it's not to say that it's a blow. I think it's a very close fight. Usyk is extremely skilled, and it's going to be a difficult fight for both guys. I think that he's just big, and he's skilled, and he doesn't have a gas tank issue. AJ, gas tank issue. Chisora, he fought Chisora, gas tank issue. Things like that. Dubois, he was already kind of damaged. It's things like that. So I just feel like Fury, this guy is very skilled, got great defense, can pick his shots, highly skilled. And if he's 100% on his game, I think he's going to be very, very difficult to beat for Usyk. But that's my opinion.
I think Fury struggles with smaller heavyweights.
Stars make fights. And on this fight, I actually do agree with Nuke. Yeah. Let me be clear. I think Fury's been a fucking dick throughout this entire Usyk Fury process. Okay, I've been saying, why the fuck are you ducking him? Which it felt like for a good year. I think we can all agree.
Yeah.
Fury was ducking him when that is a winnable fight for you. You're much bigger than Usyk. It's a huge size disparity. Okay. And for me, Fury is a slick boxer. I think Usyk would struggle. This is what I mean. I'm from UK. I should be cheering on Fury. I would like Usyk to win.
Yeah.
Because of how much Fury has pissed me off.
Usyk wins.
No, the cut and all that. I don't want to hear anyone say Fury was bitching out over that. No, the cut's real. It was an injury. You can all see the fucking cut. Anyone who says Fury did that on purpose. No, I don't get why you're doing super hard sparring 2 weeks out from the fight, okay? But that happens, okay? But it's just like, I'm sorry. It's just like, with the way Fury's acting, I would like Usyk to win, but Fury wins the fight, if you ask me. Fury wins the fight.
I think Fury, I think, struggles with smaller, elusive fighters. You know, the one that black dude back in the day that dropped him was it Cunningham?
Cunningham.
And then also they said that Big Baby was Jared Anderson was putting in that work, and he's a little bit smaller in stature for a heavyweight size. 6'3".
The PED Gorilla.
No, the other one. Big Jared Anderson.
Oh, sorry. Miller. I got mixed up. Apologies.
And then also they said that guy Jay Upper whatever at 205 was giving him that work in training camp for the Usyk fight.
Uppertier is amazing. He's a
sensational talent, and Usyk is sensational. So I can definitely see Usyk pulling it off. I just think the size of Fury will be able to get it, but like you said, the smaller fighters, that is a cause for concern. I mean, if Usyk comes in there, and I wouldn't be surprised either way. I don't think it's a bad fight. They have a rematch clause. They're going to fight twice. You think he beats him twice?
I think Fury wins once and retires.
I got to see the first fight. You know, it's tough to foreshadow because it's a 50-50 to me. So if Usyk shows to kind of like be more dominant than I really expect him to be, then I don't see Fury winning the second fight. Because I don't think Usyk's going to be there to be leaned on, you know, like he did with Wilder. I just think the only concern is the Usyk's body. You know, he got hit with a body shot and they cheated that man. Dubois.
That was a knockdown, Dubois. That was a knockdown.
That was a knockout because he was on the ground.
Yeah, he was down. It was a knockout. It was a robbery.
You know?
Hold on. I got to read this real quick, guys. Salute to Black and Brown, the Free Smoke Friday. If you're not subscribed to Black and Brown, subscribe. But this comment is just too funny. Tank Davis is the face of transgender boxing. I just have to read that. I'm sorry.
Devontae, septic Tank Davis.
What pisses us off about Tank is we want to know who the fuck are you fighting? Who are you fighting? You're supposed to be. You should have a fight schedule by now.
He's gonna fight Valenzuela. I bet.
No, he's gonna fight. If he fights El Rayo, that is a cherry pick.
He has no shame. He doesn't give a shit.
No, that's what I mean. That is the ultimate cherry pick.
He doesn't care about legacy.
Yeah.
No, he don't.
He cares about money, and then all these guys are going to come out here and clap their ass for it. Oh, he's fighting a real guy. And then he's going to be clapping their ass all up and down.
You'll say he's a pound-for-pound fighter, which he's not.
And then somehow the conversation is going to get turned into Canelo or other people. Y'all just mad. You know how those conversations go. The son of New Jersey said Haney wants no smoke with Matthias. But that fight could happen now since they're both on. I don't know if Haney's with Matchroom or
no. Haney's a free agent. Haney's a professional free agent.
He's a free agent right now.
Okay.
He's doing the fight with Ryan Fire. Yeah, he's doing the fight with Ryan Fire, Oscar Golden Boy, and his own promotion. Then he probably does then if I'm any, I'm either calling out Tio and Mateus. To earn some respect back of the beating you're going to give out, the cherry pick beating you're going to give out.
Oh yeah, I like Matthias, but once it's competition before I dub him the boogeyman. So far, he's a good fighter, though. Do you think Matthias needs to fight better guys before we say that he's the man at 140 that everybody's afraid of, or does Tio need to get him next?
Tio will take him out. He's just. I'm listening.
No, go. That's what you.
I was saying, Matthias, stylistically, I think Teofimo just dismantles him. He needs someone that comes forward so he could counter. He's not effective creating his own offense. So I think Matthias is a much easier fight for Tio than Devin Haney.
Oh, I agree 100%. The footwork, the range. Devin Haney is very good at mastering that range and distance. Similar to Bivol, where it's very tough to get those guys if you don't have the speed and the footwork to match it.
You know, and I think Haney probably gets Matthias too. I mean, he's good.
It's the footwork again. Well, that's also why I want to see
Bill
Shakur
Haney drives
Haney.
me crazy, but his son is good.
Who's the WBO champion in that division? Well, sorry, TO holds the WBO. WBC is Haney, and Mateus holds the IBF. Who holds the WBA belt in that division?
Big Rolly, the GOAT.
Big
fucking
Rolly.
oh yeah, Rolly.
Come on, man.
Yeah, Rolly, who's probably going to get stopped by Pitbull Cruz.
Yep. Yeah. I got some money on that. That's for sure.
And then the winner will go to Tank again.
Yeah,
like he's gonna have his leftovers all over again.
Yeah, because
He's
now
gonna
he
get
was
celebrated
the world title.
Yep. Man, I could go on all day about Tank, bro. He drives me crazy.
We all fucking hate it. The fucking shit which popped off last year, with Tank and fucking Inoue. You know how and I love Inoue. And by the way, that is a fight I'm looking forward to in May. Fucking, if you want to talk about a bad blood revenge fight for Inoue, that fight against Neri upcoming in May. Considering Neri cheated one of the Inoue sparring partners, a few years ago via a drugs test which popped in Japan. On a lower weight, and I think it was it Nakatani or someone like that, and he got banned from Japan. Did Neri for cheating, and now they're putting that fight on in the Tokyo Dome. That is going to be the Japanese equivalent to Julio Cesar Chavez Hagen, if everyone remembers that fight.
Okay. Man,
Cosmic says, "Isn't it funny how Benavidez fans say he doesn't need to fight Morrell because he's a bum, but they turn it around and say Canelo is the one ducking Morrell."
Canelo ain't ducking Morrell, but I could see why Benavidez don't want that fight either. He's trying to look up, not backwards.
I've stated it before on this channel. I'll state it again. Please, son of New Jersey, that's too easy.
I need everybody prediction on this one. Come on, everybody.
Golovkin all day. Golovkin all day. Golovkin all day.
I'm picking Golovkin too, personally.
Gennady.
By the way, just this is a different one. Prime Triple G versus Prime Andre Ward. Give me Golovkin.
68.
Well, they fought. He fought at 168 and 175, right? I don't think he ever fought at 160.
I like
Andre Ward.
Give me Golovkin at 168 in that fight.
The weight's going to make a difference for me. The weight's going to decide who I pick.
Yeah.
The closer to 60, I'm going to go with G. Closer to 68, I'm going to go with Ward.
I'm going to
Ward. I mean, Prime Triple G is 160, so
yeah.
It's hard for me to envision Prime Triple G at 168.
Do we all still think Canelo would have beat Andre Ward, by the way?
I think that's a difficult fight for Andre Ward. He's never fought somebody like that. That's my opinion. I think Canelo beats Andre Ward every day of the week. Although it's a difficult fight, I think he beats him. I think Ward is kind of one of those guys that's very talented, very skilled, but slightly overrated. And it's just he gets a little more credit than he should.
I mean the two Kovalev fights. The first one was a robbery, by the way. Let's just all admit that abundantly clear. The first Kovalev Ward fight, Kovalev got robbed, and then the second fight was low blows.
Yeah. There's a reason why he retired early.
You saw the Canelo train come in and was like, bye-bye.
There was a lot of guys out there, too. I mean, Beterbiev's a problem. Bivol's a problem. So, you look at all those things. Salute to my brother, the Boxing Realm. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think all of that stuff is interesting. We definitely got to keep these chats going, man.
You got to do this more often, bro. Every morning I'm stuck on some shitty-ass channels trying to speak my piece, and it's just so one way, the agenda that these people got. It's mind-blowing.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
You know what? You're right. You're right. I definitely need to
in there because you got valid points, bro. You can sometimes these guys be talking stuff and it's just crazy. And one of these channels lets you actually hop on and hit the link, and everybody that's on the channel is very pro Tank, and I'm the only guy who's like, why are you guys not holding him accountable for not fighting anyone?
The only channel I know like that for me personally is Fannon's boxing channel.
Yes, exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you this: I had a disagreement with Fannin one time where we actually had a few words with each other, and I say, "Well, look, we can have a discussion. We can go live and we can talk about this." Dude didn't want to do it. Start talking about he's a lawyer with no money and all this. Man, So
It's crazy.
I don't know.
Mr.
If it ain't
Potato
your
Head just
channel,
pro Spence, man.
he's pro Tank. It's ridiculous. And I hop on, I participate, but he'll mute you if you make a point, and he'll go off on tangents. I'm like,
he blindly supports Tank, and he's very sensitive about Errol Spence.
Yes.
So if you say anything about those guys, it could be a problem. He's like, oh, I like Crawford. I'm a fan, even though he despises that Crawford won. Like you could hear the pain in his voice.
he's a light-skinned buyer.
Man, bro, he spent years dragging Crawford's name through the mud, like for fucking years, bro. Sort of guy that Spence was gonna get him, Spence was gonna get him. But hey, whenever then he started talking about the pay-per-views after Bud beat him. The only thing he went off of, you made that many pay-per-views. Then he just started talking shit because I guess he thought there was gonna be like a millions because it was a mega fight. It's been a fight that's been expected for the longest.
Guys, I gotta run. I'll speak to y'all later.
All right, man. Blessings up. Morrell versus Mbili. I'm gonna have to pick Morrell. I think the skill set, the power, the defense. I'm gonna go with all of that on Morrell. I think he's the guy in that fight.
I think Mbili would give Benavidez a harder time than Morrell, stylistically.
That makes sense. The Boxing Realm has another comment for you. He said, Akai is a race warrior channel pandering to race warriors. Haney and Gervonta aren't on a Forbes list for highest paid. So Akai TV, Dante, Ego, Fannin, pretty much any LDBC channel. Most of those guys are extremely biased to me. And, I just, all of those guys, I've already, I put out open invitations. Sometimes these guys click, sometimes they don't. But for the most part, when they get slaughtered, they go back. And like the guy earlier, he had no points, so he was just in hell and didn't know what to do. He thought screaming over me and clicking off was going to make his point, and it didn't.
He had no valid points either, man. It was for someone who was a fighter. Like, what?
I don't believe. Only thing he was fighting, I don't know. He wasn't fighting in the ring because I don't think a fighter talks like that.
And then even to say size matters, size matters, but skills pay the bills. I mean, look where Canelo's at. He got undisputed in a division he don't even belong in.
Exactly. He's undersized for that division, maybe even 160 if you really look at it. I think a lot of people, even Usyk's undersized for heavyweight. He could end up being undisputed.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, skills can negate size at points, and so to act like that doesn't matter is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, and so that's why I give a lot of credit to Lomachenko, because I don't feel like he belonged at 135 ever. And some of the accomplishments he had before facing these young lions was impressive to me.
And I agree. And I think that Lomachenko is probably one of the most disrespected fighters in boxing. He doesn't get his just due, fighting at a higher weight class. And then even with that Haney fight being controversial, people kind of gloss over that, but then they're quick to bring up other things they deem as a robbery, but won't bring that up. And then they make fun of him that he was crying he didn't get undisputed. I'm like, what kind of fans are these? Like, this man goes for greatness. They said he would never fight Haney. He does. And then, many people think he won, and then they still shit on him for crying. Like, I don't understand the hate for Lomachenko. I really can't grasp it. I don't know what he's
European. You know what it is. It's race driven.
It's the American box. It's the American boxing community, bro. It's really those biased ever, bro. This is where you got your most fucking sexuals out here. Just go for these fighters that are not making names in the sport, but just making names on social media. They actually want the drama and not the boxing. This is what the fuck the problem is, man. So I actually love Lomachenko, bro. I got Loma against Kambosos. I got him against I got him. With the Kambosos fight. I hope he gets another shot for the fucking titles at 135. Or if he can move up and see if he can make some noise at 140.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he's already extended as far as he can go at 135.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
What about Southpaw, the guy, talking about Inouye, and he's a hype job, and he only good because he fights in Japan, and he needs to fight in the U.S. to prove himself. And like that's
just a hated narrative.
It is.
Hated narrative. Like, give the man his flowers.
You talking about the guy that was watching the fight, and the motherfucker started fight back, and then he started making excuses about the air in Japan. Oh, they got the food over there, the atmosphere. Okay. Man, that motherfucker. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something about this. I actually was debating somebody on Twitter regarding him, and two accounts were going at me at the same time. But bro, I swear to God to you, I think these are accounts that he actually made on the side. So like to basically act like, because they're actually coming aggressive. You know how Southpaw is. Oh yeah, motherfucker, if you don't want to see me, I'll beat the fuck out of you. They were doing the same exact shit, bro. So I think he actually makes off accounts to respond to other people, but make it seem like it's other people. You know, I mean,
Yeah, he be
what a
politicking
coincidence.
with Fanon now too, man, with that Devin Haney hate. It's ridiculous.
Man, they deserve each other, bro. They deserve to bend each other over and give it to each other like that, man, because they both emotional as fuck, bro. I mean, Fanon is, man, that motherfucker right there is one of the worst. He's just really sensitive, dog. Very sensitive.
It's crazy, bro. The only other channel besides Nuke that I'll lately, actually, believe it or not, Blue Blood hasn't been Dick Riding Tank, and he's been actually like holding him accountable for Duck and Haney. You know, he has an agenda at times, but there's not that many channels I'll tune into. So it's either Nuke, you know, IBFP. Believe it or not, even though he's a bit of a clown, Showbiz is content I appreciate because he don't support one specific fighter. He just kind of calls it how he sees it, and that's what I appreciate because I support boxing. So you don't need to fanboy any boxer. You just appreciate what they're doing and their accolades, and appreciate the fighters who are making the hard fights and competing. You know,
man, I'm gonna say this, man. Anybody out there who's claiming themselves to be real, actual boxing fans, let me see your subscriptions, bro. Let me see what you're paying for. Are you paying for these pay-per-views? Do you have a DAZN, ESPN subscription? If you ain't got none of that and you argue with me, you need to get the fuck up out of here, man, because you ain't doing nothing for the sport. I'm paying for this shit because I want the sport of boxing to fucking grow. Get the fuck up out of here. Stupid little motherfuckers ain't doing the motherfucking thing, dog.
Hold on. Wayne Styles said, Blue Blood said the Munguia fight was staged. Oh my God.
Munguia impressed, man. He looked like that was a good performance by Munguia.
Man, Blue Blood needs to stay in that short yellow bus, man. Keep on taking the kids to school and shut the fuck up, man, for real.
That's funny. Yeah.
And you guys don't forget to check out my brother Black and Brown Boxing. That's a great channel. If you ain't checked him out, he does Friday night. You know, and he goes lives occasionally. Everything that's really my favorite channel outside of, you know, I try to tune in other people sometimes, like sometimes send me a video or a link to something. I remember I pulled up on Fanning because I thought he wanted to debate. He didn't want to debate, so I left it alone. And so, I mean, I know it is what it is, but salute to you guys. We're definitely going to do this more often. And everybody, let's keep it going. Salute.
Yeah, Duke, do this more often, bro. You used to really get it in, and then I know you took a little break, but you know, it's good to chop it up with some neutral-minded boxing fans.
Oh man, I let a lot of stuff going on, but now I'm back to business, so I'm ready to rock and roll. So I got you. Salute, family.
All right, y'all enjoy your night, man. I'm gonna get up out.
Take it easy, man. All
Salute.
right.
Go bust some cheeks.
Hell yeah.